So, what's going on with the stock market today? Well, it's been a day of contrasts, especially if you're watching those big tech stocks. Let's break it down. First off, both the S&P 500 and the Nasdaq finished the day in the red. The Nasdaq dropped about 1% and the S&P wasn't far behind. The main reason? A heavy sell-off in some of the biggest tech names out there. These companies have been carrying the market for months and today they finally stumbled. But here's the twist, not everything was doom and gloom. The Dow Jones actually touched a new all-time high during the day. Sure, it ended just a bit lower, but that's still pretty impressive considering all the turbulence in tech. What I'm seeing here is a clear split in the market. Investors are rotating out of tech and into other sectors, looking for a safer place to park their cash. Now let's talk about those tech giants. Nvidia, for example, took a hit, even after it announced new AI chips for China. AMD also fell hard. Meta and Palantir, same story. Palantir, in fact, was one of the worst performers in the S&P 500 for the day. Out of the so-called Magnificent Seven, only Apple managed a tiny gain. Pretty much everyone else dropped. So, why are investors bailing on big tech? It looks like they're taking profits from these high flyers and shifting money into more stable, value-oriented stocks. Dividend payers and so-called safe havens had a much better day. Even the ETFs that track tech and growth stocks saw declines, which really cements the idea that people are rethinking the risk in this part of the market. Outside of tech, there were some bright spots. Home Depot shares jumped after the company offered a decent outlook for the rest of the year, even though earnings were a little soft. Intel took off after getting a huge $2 billion investment from SoftBank. On the flip side, Viking Therapeutics tanked after some bad news about side effects in their weight loss drug trial. Looking ahead, there are big events on the horizon. Walmart and Target are about to report earnings, and that'll give us a read on consumer spending. Plus, everyone's waiting for Jerome Powell's next speech. Any hint at interest rate cuts could swing the market in a big way. Bottom line, uncertainty is the name of the game right now. Inflation is still a question mark, there's political chatter in the background, and we're in a historically weaker season for stocks. Hedge funds are moving their money around and I'm keeping a close eye on what comes next. Until we get more clear signals from the Fed or economic data, expect more choppy action. If you found this breakdown helpful, hit that subscribe button for more daily market updates. Thanks for watching.